Good morning. Oh, there we are. I thought the stream was a bit weird. Let's see what technical difficulties we have today. Maybe none. Welcome to episode 65 of Sunday Morning Coffee. That's 65 weeks in a row that I've done this every Sunday, 10 o'clock. So if you've not been here before, this is our weekly roundup of the happenings in the Bad Squiddo world, some of the happenings in the Annie world, which is pretty much the same, and little sneaks and peeks and what's coming up. And you all have a nice chat in the sides there, which makes me happy as well when I think, oh, are they asking questions? Nope, they're just chatting among themselves. Cool. Yes, good morning. Good morning. We have quite a lot of things. I've just scribbled my notes onto this enormous vet bill, which is one of the first topics. So yes, I hope you're all okay. You should all give us the old cheeky thumbs up. I'm sure somebody in the comments later will remind you all as well. So yes, let's get started. I've got some sort of 80s side pony on today. I'm not quite sure why. And I do not have a tea or coffee. I have a squash in a trooper glass because I fancy a squash. So last night it was the 40th anniversary show of New Model Army, my favourite band. So they did a live show that they streamed, so it was a tenner, and everyone watches it at the same time, basically. And that was really cool. The first half was wicked, had a little living room gig. Then they had an interval for some reason. And then I think I lasted half an hour of the interval and then I woke up at 1 o'clock. So I obviously fell asleep. I have actually fallen asleep at a gig before, so that wasn't the first. But they let me sleep. I didn't get shuffled out by security, so that's a bonus. I fell asleep in the front row of Chumbawamba once. Bad times. I get very sleepy. I work a lot. So I woke up at 1. Then it was 1 o'clock again. And then I slept on the sofa. So this has been my bed last night. So I kind of stayed up for a bit, and then I got up at 7, and I've just kind of been sloping about in a good way, in a nice Sunday chilled way. So where should we start? I've got my days mixed up, so I may have a bit of date wrongage, but I'm sure you will correct me. So the start of the week, I think Monday was standard. I think it was a standard day. Then Monday or Tuesday, I think it might have been Tuesday actually, I was about to leave for work and I went in the pen and my humongous guinea pig Gregor was dragging himself around by his hands. So his back legs were all just sort of splayed out and he was dragging them around, which is not what you want to see. So I had to wait because I noticed that about 6 o'clock in the morning, so I had to wait till 8 for the vets to open. So in those 2 hours, I basically frantically contacted any guinea pig person I know. There's quite a cartel of guinea pig knowledgey people, and I managed to mostly solve it, I think, which was good because I was panicking like heck about what I was going to do, because no one wants to see their old boy dragging himself around. So I managed to get my poor neighbour, who I knocked on the door and woke up, said, please take me to the vets. So we got straight there. Obviously, I don't talk about too much. Vets suck. I've got a guinea pig. You have to have a guinea pig specialist, which a lot of people don't know. They think you can take them to a standard vet. And for the odd little ailment, it's fine. But for anything else, they just don't have a clue because they're so trained, cats, dogs, and rabbits. Unless you got specialists, they just don't see guinea pigs as much, I think, and they've got their own stuff going on. So they did admit that. Yeah, because my main specialist is on maternity leave. So I did have to argue with them, which was pretty tough because I'm always super nice to vets because I appreciate them a lot. But yeah, I managed to convince them that he needed way more drugs than he was on because he's got arthritis. So came away with lots of drugs and he's been on them all week. And I think by the next day, pretty much, he was starting to walk again. My boy. Considering the vets originally said, we'll kind of have a look at putting him down next week. Like, no, just give him some more painkillers. He's just sore. So yeah, he's back to almost pretty much running around and being fine. So that's ace. He's still obviously wobbly because he has a load of arthritis on his, I reckon, his spine and his back legs now. But he's not in pain, so that is ace. So it's the same problem he had before. Just they gave him painkillers and they hadn't given him enough really. So had to Karen my way. And talking of Karen, I almost didn't make the stream because I was sat here and my skitty-ish scaredy skinny pig Karen had fallen asleep on my lap. So I couldn't move. But I did. Eventually I had to scoop her off and she was still asleep and I popped her back in the pen and she was still asleep for a little bit. So that was super sweet. So yes, the week has been. So that was very morning everyone who's come along as well. Good numbers. So that was a rather stressful day. So I took the rest of that day off. I think it was Tuesday. Wednesday. Wednesday we had some problem with Ian from Fenris, went into hospital and then went silent. So that was a day. Phoning the hospital and family and trying to get some sort of answer about whether he was dead or not. And he's not dead, so that's a bonus, definitely. So after all that, I think I was just drained from 2 days of worrying. So I think I went home Wednesday, I think, ended up in a bit of a state, and a bit of Thursday, but I got my mojo back and saved the rest of the week, so that was a bonus because that could have gone wrong. Gary says we would have waited till Karen had finished her nap. Oh, she was so cute. She was like a pancake. So yeah, it's been a week of frights basically. So that sort of drew me down. And then whatever the day was that I went, right, I can get in now. And then I got to the office and realised I'd left my keys at home and my housemate had left for work. So I was locked out of the office and the house and wondering what I was going to do. But luckily I managed to get hold of him. He hadn't quite got his phone away. So I managed to get him to come save me. So that was a tram. Yeah, that was a tram there and a tram back. And so that was fun. None of this to do with Bad Squiddo, so let's get into Bad Squiddo stuff. Kind of is though, but yeah. Sorry to hear about your Maisie, Carol. That's a bit rubbish. So what else has happened? So we're down now, talking about all the awful of the week. Has been a week indeed. I was ready to go home Friday. Are you still having public battles with the tram company? Kind of. I don't really expect any response from them anymore. They are just terrible. Right, what have we got? Got some new stuff. I don't think what I've done other than just freak out about people and pigs all week. That has definitely taken up a lot of my Annie. I've did have a rather large dip that because I've been riding high, but I have managed to mostly get back up, so that's okay. So ramblings. So it's lots of like little emaily tasks this week. Obviously orders and all that sort of stuff, as usual, going out like a beast. So I'm just looking at my notes. Brains on full. Written body broken there. Oh yeah, so I had a massive delivery of metal and resin on Friday, including some new releases, which I'll talk about shortly. So that's very exciting. It's been almost like a weekly release at the moment, which is cool. But I think I've somehow twisted myself wrong and pulled a muscle in my abdomen. So I'm in pain when I move, which is also fun. I don't know what's going on with me. I do feel pretty broken at the moment. Massive delivery of metal, yes. That did arrive. It was a lot. I carry it up the stairs, and I'm pretty rubbish at carrying, so I've probably pulled some in, even after all my years of carrying lots of stuff. But that was cool. So that's some new releases you haven't even seen yet, because I still need to figure out how to price them and when to get them out and that sort of thing. So that was ace. my new releases. It's going to new releases. I have to do my usual show you it on the telephone because I haven't got the painted versions yet. Thank you, Mum. My mum has texted me to inform me that she's glad that I still have hair after I threatened to cut it all off. I got a text after last week's show saying, "You cut your hair off, I'll kill you." But now I kind of want to, so that's what you get. Maybe next week I won't have hair. Who's to know? Also, while I'm here, Mum, I will phone you after this broadcast, so don't go anywhere. I will quickly show you. Where are we? Gallery? Is it in the gallery? No, it's not. Got some cool stuff to show you. Sorry, I'll get it. I know, you missed the blurry pictures of the... I've just given up because, yeah, imagine I was holding a mini, it'd be all blurry. But I've got some painted pictures if you haven't already seen them. I'm just grabbing them from wherever they are. Ah, I know where I'll find them. I know where I'll find them. Over here. Oh, sorry for taking so long to find these. Oh yeah, before I go any further, that Kev White lioness is getting there. Check that out. Yes. Yes. So I reckon she'll be done this week. She's gonna be so cool. She's gonna be so cool. There's more pictures. Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So angle. She is so cool. Doing a big twisty. That's by Kev White, the famous Kev White. Sorry, I just got browse. Just get to this. Oh, I forgot about those. I got all these cool things to show you. Just got to. Welcome to my show, where I go. Of course, I've been awake for hours and not prepared, so I'm just gonna find it for you. Ah, here we go. Oh, that's a sneak peek. You can't have that one yet. So, all the Swampy goodness is released this week. I don't have the painted ones yet, so that's why I can't show you this. But don't freak out, Carla, if you're watching this. It's fine. The fact they're painted's amazing. It's actually easy to show people on the phone rather than this anyway. So we have new releases. The Swamp. Check that out. It's not going to be the best quality, but you can see it. Obviously go to the new release section on the website to look at them properly. That painting is so nice. So there's even some bits that you can't see, so I'll take some different angles when I get them. So there's little pumpkins, little mushrooms on the back of there. And it's just a lovely little set. I love these little, they're not massive bits of terrain. You can kind of put them to create your own or to jazz up your existing terrains. And we have the controversial tentacles, which a lot of you are quite rude about this week. If you'll notice, I grumpily locked the thread because you're being rude. But they're squid fingers, yes. And froggies, which blown up massively because they're actually about this big, but they're so cute. That guy, the one in, again, it's going to be blurry, but the one in there, look how grumpy that frog is, a sad frog. And then this one reminds me of Kermit. It's got a Kermity expression. So we've got that, and Swamptopia, because there's always topias now. So again, that's just where you get all of it. I think it's £32. So you save cash, get them all at once. Go get that Swamptopia and I'll have a tab. Woo! Carla took this very funny picture as well of Snow Queen Baggy holding a frog. It's so cute. So they were a wicked release. The combo of the painting and of the sculpting is just so cool. Made me really happy on Friday, actually, especially when I was really exhausted and just a bit worn out, basically. Seeing all these little bright thumbnails of really lovely things, it's just like, yes. What have I got there? Missed some stuff. What have I missed? Okay, right. Let's slip the frogs of war. Yes. So there have been a release. I found this guy. Bristol's gonna kill me. This is an old Bristol sculpt that he'd also superimposed onto a beach, and that also made my Friday. Cause that guy. If you want that guy, you should say in the comments, because I'll like get him to make another guy or something. Get him. Oh. I was looking through a load of Bristol's old work to see what we could get him on for the next sort of load of stuff. So yeah, Stick Guy is pretty cool. We need that guy. Hopefully Bristol watches these and then he'll realise that there is a massive demand for Stick Guy, because I was very sleepy on Friday, or Friday evening, and knackered, and it made me laugh so much, the Stick Guy. So what else do we have? Blister packs. This is like a worldwide shortage of the packaging that I use or something. Well, it's not. It's just there's one factory that makes it in the UK, and I think they're down on staff because of COVID. So I've got loads of who knows, loads of minis ready to be blistered, but I don't have any packaging to put it into at the moment, which is annoying. As I'm getting loads more trade sales, so I have to give them it in the full packaging every time. So I'm like, come on, hurry up, make my packaging. And so that was an excitement. I've been doing loads of emails. Loads just annoying emails. So after you followed my, what was it, 2 years or something, 18 months of no heating, hot water, we're now on week 3 of no shower, so yeah, kind of dealing with that in my work hours is just a bit annoying too. So just all these little like niggly things where I'm just like, why am I dealing with this? Ogres might be coming out next week, I think. If I understood the caster correctly, I believe they are. Well, the Ogres, they're a re-release, but the Ogres have been out of production for a few years now. Because I moved, it was when I moved casters, so they were with my older caster. And then I couldn't find the greens, but we found, I found in a random box, found all the greens for the Ogres. They're the ones you saw me cut the pool bases off, I think. So they've been sort of neatened up a bit and remade. I can't remember if I showed you, although I've now took it into work. But I've got some, maybe. I have a bag here. Maybe it's in the bag. I have some test casts, basically. Are they here? I did drop them off at work. Of course, they dropped them off at work. It's fine. It's only Sunday morning coffee. It's never going to be that fancy. Yes, so maybe Ogre's out next week. That'd be cool. That would be cool. What else is in the list? Oh, migraines! I keep getting migraines now as well. What's that about? Used to get them loads, and now I didn't for ages, and now I seem to be getting them almost every day, which has been causing an end to my day. I did have to work through a couple of them as well till I went fully blind. So that was fun. How am I still in a good mood? It's very odd. All this happening. I'm not particularly stressed though. I think I've been a lot more stressed, but don't know. Talking of stress, I live in Nottingham, which believe from the news now we will be in tier 3 lockdown on Wednesday, which means nothing to me. So I'll still be at work, I'll still be at the office. I was able to go in throughout the whole of the super lockdown at the start, so seeing those headlines, it won't affect Bad Squiddo. The only way it will is obviously if I catch COVID or if I have to isolate, which you will hear about, because I will make sure to shout it from everywhere, as well as be really annoyed. But hopefully I won't. That's the hope. So yeah, if you send any of that, don't worry, I'll still be shipping every day. Our postman comes to collect from the door, which is ace. And that's all social distance. So I think I mentioned all this before. I put the sack of the sacks plural, into the yard. Stand back. He collects them and off he goes. And he does that every day. And even if I'm not there, he still turns up. And I don't know. I've seen a few people make comments about how it's unethical to use it or something. I'm just like, what? It's using the Royal Mail system. I don't want to take all these sacks to the post office and risk everyone and just overload a small post office. That's not ethical. See, occasionally to see these comments, I'm like, what? I'm evil. I'm evil for using the collection service. That's me, evil. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm actually selfishly excited for a tier 3 because it might mean that the trams are quieter, but I know from experience it probably won't be. What do we get? Next week's plans. Photo session for terrain. Yes, I can't remember what day it was. It might have been the week before when I started taking some terrain pictures and went, the terrain's not photographing, and so brought a load of stuff. Oh no, I didn't bring a load of stuff. I'm going to bring these lights to the office and have a full-on day afternoon of just photographing so much stuff. Yes, I can see Andy's creeping down the stairs trying to be subtle, but I'm now calling him out on live TV. It's okay. Oh, I think I mentioned slugs. Did I? Oh no, we watched it on Sunday. There, I was thinking I wouldn't have a film to talk about with you, but I've now been past slugs, which I'll talk about shortly. Yes, I saw that Royal Mail will be doing doorstep collections for people. I think it's max 5 parcels or something. Because a bit of me was like, well, that's my service. So no, that's showing how it's so much better that for them to do that than to have people sort of queuing and coughing on each other's necks in the post office. And it's something we've done obviously pre-pandemic. Gary Guy says, good morning, Andy.
Good morning, everybody.
What? The Andy 2D6 of the Andy 2D6 show? What?
The very same.
Where was I? Oh, they're all saying hello now. They all want to. They don't want me on this show anymore.
Hijack the show.
Yeah.
Without even appearing on the screen.
Nope. A-list. So Jasper says, oh my god, the one and only.
I hope
yes. So. That Andy, yes. In this very same building. Off to go brave the streets for some food. So brave. Yes, so even before the pandemic, we're using the collection service because it makes so much more sense. Because there's no way I can drag all those sacks to the post office because it's way too much, and it means that every day we get post out. And I have a really nice local postman who comes every day, and yeah, we always have a little chat, and he collects post, and it's all nice. So yes, it's perfectly fine. Do not worry. What else do we have? What else? Llamatastic. Can't believe you choose not to cough on people's necks. It does seem like I'm the only person in Nottingham that does have those crazy beliefs. So yeah. Paul says, fun fact, there are at least 4 successful female war leaders during the 100 Years' War, and all of them were called Jean. Yeah, when I was looking through them all, I was like, hang on, is that you? No, that's another one, because they've all got various nicknames as well. And yeah, there's a lot of them. So maybe I'll do a collection. Jean-topia. He's escaping. He's escaping. He's escaping. But off on the hunt. A noble hunter. So posty stuff. Yes, so we have the deliveries, but then we have a separate dude who comes and does collections. Who's super nice too, so that's cool, and that gets him a job too. Andy has cast pass without trace. He would have, if I hadn't mentioned. It's creeping along. I can see him because he's always head to toe in bright orange, so I can't miss him. The guinea pigs can't either, so they always squeal at him if he goes past. Oh yeah, it frustrates me. There's so many companies that I'll say, "Hey, do you use the postal collection?" They go, "No, that's unethical." Yeah. Anyway, small rant. Pursuing the wild croissant. Yes, that is him. What is my plan for today? Research. Yes, it's a secret for a secret project. I will be researching. Which the plan was to sort of like curl up on the sofa and read, but I've been on this sofa for a long time now, so I kind of want to move. Definitely going to go for a walk at some point. Chores is some boring chores, as is a normal Sunday. Guinea pig chores. Not that many chores, to be fair. Maybe an hour of chores. That's nice. Walk, film. Oh yes, so the bad film night that we usually have every week, it moved to Sunday last week, and I'll show you slugs we watched. They slime, they ooze, they kill. I'm sure I mentioned I mentioned that we were going to be watching it. That was it. Lively pacing, convincing special effects, thrill-packed scenes. No one is safe. It all began in a sleepy Midwestern community, a place that had never known evil until now. But years ago, in a stillness beneath the waters, something sinister happened, and now its deadly spawn are emerging from the depths into the light. What are these hungry, mutated creatures after? Any piece of flesh they can get, including human beings. Multiplying at an incredible pace, can these slimy monsters be stopped? Yes, we watched Slugs last week. It made me go quite a lot. So it was mostly mostly just an evening of me going, oh no, that's a lot of slugs. There's a lot of slugs. There's a point where there's the English professor, because we're obviously all professors, don't you know? And he was doing some experiments on some of these slugs, and there was a hamster there in a cage, and there was a guinea pig in a cage. And I was like, no, there's a pig. No, not the pig. But spoiler, the pig was safe. The hamster was not. So yeah, there's a lot of sort of zoomed in terror on lettuce and stuff like that. So now, obviously, buy a lot of that sort of leafy stuff for the pigs and for my salads. And Andy is against salads, so he's been even more eyeing up any of my salad with suspicion that we're going to get infested by slugs that will burst out of our skull and stuff like that. But I think it's safe so far. Tonight, I'm not sure what we're watching. I missed last night because of the digital gig. But tonight we're watching something that apparently Andy found very scary as a child and traumatized him. So, so we're watching an actual scary film rather than a bad film. So that will be interesting because I don't really have much scary film tolerance. Dun, dun, dun. I feel like I haven't gone to much Bad Squiddo this week. I think because it kind of hasn't. I've been ploughing on. But I've been very distracted by all the various happenings and by the world happenings again. Obviously, there's all this lockdown chat. There's loads of awful things going on in the world. I watched a new Borat film. It's really good. I don't think it goes on brand with me. I don't know, but it's a guilty pleasure. That was good. Those are very cringy too. I just want to watch stuff. Maybe I'll watch more of that show today. I'm like, oh yes, I'll research. Or I could just slope back down this way, chewing on a mozzarella ball. So yeah, next week I've got that massive photo session. I've got price terrain for distribution. Oh yes, so I'm going to go through all of my prices and have a proper look at the prices for the terrain and see if I can get any of them out into distribution, because so far it's direct to retail. What is it? Yeah, so if I sell to shops, I have to sell them, whereas if I can sell them to the distributors, then they can sell them to shops and get them in loads more places, and it's just a bit easier. But because they are so beautiful, the prices on them, the margins are a bit tight. So I need to have a proper look at everything, try and make a core range of terrain that can perhaps, instead of getting all of it, just that particular core range into various shops. All those sort of grown-up-y things. I've got a new stand for this. If you know, it's somewhat slightly better angle today. Maybe the quality is good too. Got that plug. I'm getting there. See, I'm getting there. It took me 65 weeks, you know. Teenage Witch. Yes, I really just need to glue her and photograph her. I have a big stack of her. It just shows how many million things I've been juggling. I did find some glue, so who knows? Maybe today, maybe she'll come out. Do you have plans for armor-plated pigs? Yeah, I should. It's just hard because they're so small. I've got the sci-fi ones, which I think you've seen. But, I'm going to try and get my hand on those oath-marked skeletons this week. Yes. I got the knights from Frostgrave. They've been selling nicely. I need to get some more of those. The new releases are all doing really well. So Danuta, Vera Lynn, they've all just been. I've had to put another order in. So all this metal came on Friday, and so I said, I'm just going to move this. I'm like punching over at it. So yeah, I said to the caster, thank you very much. But I need to order some more now, which is good because obviously people are buying it. Oh, like meeps. I kind of just want to play with my pigs a bit more today as well. They all need their manicures too. Karen had a full hairdo earlier as well, so that's why she was very angry at me. But then she gave up fighting and decided to have a nice little nap on me. So blessed, so blessed. Yeah, no, I'm only at 30 minutes. I think I've run out of stuff. Bye. I can stay for another 10 minutes. What do you do? Ask me some stuff. Woo! How have the sales of Lagerfeld gone? Yes, Troy's campaign for painting Lagerfeld has been more successful than any campaigns I've ever done. So I'm partly like, oh, well, fine. But also, hey, because you've all been buying Lagerfeld. So thank you. I'm really happy that it's taken off. It's one of the reasons I don't do those sort of painting competitions and things like that is because I put a lot of effort and maybe you get a couple people enter and then you think, oh, so much effort. So I'm really happy that it's taken off. If you have missed that, go have a little look on. I've put it into my YouTube now as well. So if you look in Bad Squiddo News, there'll be a man that's not me, and that's Troy. If you click on that, he'll tell you a bit more about the challenge. But basically, everyone's just painting Lagerfeld. I think I've got her in the delivery. Yeah, I had to order more. So I ordered a chunk. I managed to convince the casters to do me a chunk of just her without the her and horse version. And I thought I'd have them left over forever and sold out of them. So I have more, so that's good. So keep going. A lot of people have been buying the one with the horse as well. So I obviously recommend that because it's more purchasing. And yeah, everyone's been painting and showing them off. And it's just lovely seeing that same figure so many times with all the different ways that people have painted them, which is kind of the point of it. And obviously, the money. Thank you. Angeli at Geek Girl Bookworm also has a thingamy on at the moment, which is a Halloween painting competition. And there's actually a code to get some money off Scenics. And I wouldn't know if you were entering the competition with it or not. But I haven't posted it really anywhere on me. So you'd have to go have a look at Geek Girl Bookworm's tweets or posts. And there might be a cheeky little cheeky discount code there that lasts till the 31st. Interesting. Yes, so she's doing a Halloween-based one. So I think there's different categories, and one of them involves like a little diorama. So, do you think we could see a post-pop cat friend for the guinea pigs? Yes. In fact, a full force. Finally freeing up enough time to start working on that, and that can clear from my stuff that's in the back of my head constantly stressing me. Reminds me of everyone painted the elf that came with the other big Wargame Companies magazine back in the 90s, but better. Woo! Oh yes, that reminds me. While I have this platform, you may be aware that it is the War Games Illustrated's awards, annual awards, where you vote for your favourite companies. You vote correctly. Make sure to vote correctly. You know. I want to get a trophy. Vote for me, please. Yep, that's all. Yeah, so they have the categories for voting for your favourite blah 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 blah. Although I obviously think you should vote for me because I'm ace. You don't actually have to, but I really do. Just if you do vote for it, just have a little think before you choose the categories, because it gets very dominated by the larger companies because it tends to be a lot of what people have off the top of their head. So yeah, it doesn't have to be me, but it helps. Maybe you get more freebies. No, I'm joking. I am joking. This is the year that I finally win something, and then I have to get my trophy held back for there'll be like a bribery scandal. No, just think of you smaller companies. So you see me interact and share with a lot of the little ones, and it's just nice when I see people that I know have really sort of worked hard and earned it, and be like, damn, yeah, they really earned that. So even if I don't win anything, if my friends do, that's also nice. So it's always good to see that. I always think there should be something that sort of can give light to smaller companies, because yeah, so easily people will vote for things where they haven't actually bought a mini for years and years. They just go, oh yeah, I like that company. Obviously don't want to name any names because they still make great things, but if people have been making great things for such a long time, you know, give us a chance, man. And also it makes such a big difference to smaller companies because then their name gets shared all around, more people see it, so that's all ace. Yeah, last year the campaigning from some of the companies got really shameless, and I don't want to do that. But also, I also do. There was some really like, oh come on, that is some shameless touting for votes. I was thinking, oh, that's a good tactic. And I hate the idea of them being the popularity contest, when people get you to vote for their kid in the toddler parade or something. You're like, but what if they're not the best toddler? Then that's lying. So, don't just vote for it because I've told you. It really is just squash, I swear. Yeah, I need to get those gift vouchers highlighted up, and the gift section on the website too. So if people aren't sure, I try and put like cooler stuff in the gift section, so you don't get something totally sort of random. But the stuff in that category, I tend to put most gamers would be happy if that arrived. So, and people have a vague knowledge. Also, you can send them to me as well. I'm always happy to discuss. I miss doing that from when I made dice bags, like be a detective. So I'd get people's partners or parents and things like that, saying they wanted something but they weren't quite sure. So then I'd get them to investigate, be like, right, when they're out, go to the table. I need you to let me know if they got guns, if they got swords, if they got both. And then come back, right, are they people or are they aliens? And then by the end of it, I'd be able to get them the perfect gift, and their partner would just be like, what? How did you even get this? I'm like, we did it. I'm not going to tell you to vote for me or I break every bone in your feet and force you to play football. Nice. You should already know this. It's funny. It's funny because I do go, I don't care. Don't care. It's stupid awards. Oh, I didn't win anything. I'm the worst. It's fine. Don't want to win anyway. It's fine. If you know me from when I used to play Warhammer tournaments, I was always trophy hungry. I've got my trophy collection over there. So it's been ages. I haven't won a trophy since the toilet trophy of Apnatac, which I think is my greatest achievement. If you have no idea what that is, I did an advertising campaign of Apnatac trade show where I put targeted ads all over the toilets. They liked it so much that they sent me something like the Golden Toilet Award afterwards. It's amazing. So I need to dig it out. I found it in the garage when I was moving things. It's just a happy toilet, and it glows purple as well. And it's something like advertising toilet award or something. So my highest accolade to date. So yes. What else we got? Otherwise, I'll just go and it'll be a shortish one. I feel like there's lots I could get through. Feedbacks, emails, no shower, frogs. Working on more stuff with Bristol. Expecting to get a million things. Yes. Been doing lots of scheming with Bristol lately, so that's very fun. Keep throwing more and more ideas at him. And then he's making all sorts of like unorthodox, off the plan stuff. And all of it, I'm like, I want it, that's mine, taking it. So or else. I just threaten everybody in the industry. That's actually how it works. So we've been working on some really neat stuff, and I'm really excited about that. I know at some point soon he's gonna get that lovely notification when I get Bristol has sent you various photos. I'm like, oh. So loads of that is in the works, and that's fun. I think Friday afternoon, after I'd got a bit tired, I just got in a really like happy, emotional sort of like everything is ace. Really happy. I think I said this last week as well. I'm just really happy with Bad Squiddo and where it's going. I think it's really hit a moment, and yeah, I'm just trying to get the sort of this year pretty much has been about just going, because we've grown pretty fast, unexpectedly. So I'm kind of just going back, rebuilding the foundations, so making sure that the foundations are absolutely solid. Because obviously they were originally made out of like lollipop sticks. Make sure it's all solid and everything's just so ace, and then we can do even more massive growing. So there's a lot happening, and it's ace, and I'm trying to not burn out, but also not stop. Just looking at these pigs, because they do build up momentum, and then sometimes if I stop, I just sort of run out of Annie. So that's why I'm a bit concerned if I end up watching telly all day. I'm yawning in my little cave. I've got washing up to do. I should probably do that before Andy gets back. He's working on a video, I think he's nearly finished it, of the sexy sax man, so that's cool. And I updated the My Last Sunrise Kickstarter, and that made me a bit happy. I think most people have unsubscribed from old Kickstarters, but I gave that Kickstarter a little update to remind them of the new the Saxman and Miko, and it kind of gave me a bit of a that Kickstarter is 2017. And just reading back through all that sort of stuff. Goodbye, Mitch. I will have some stuff for you Monday, I believe, so keep an eye out on that inbox for you. Yeah, I think I'll head off as well. So thank you all. Thanks for the votes. If I win anything now, it's like, oh no, it's because I like threatened everyone. Still counts. Also, when you have the War Games Illustrated prize winners, apart from Sarissa now, which do add a bit of diversity, because they've got some women, it is pretty much all like middle-aged white guys. So it'd be ace if there was all these serious-looking dudes when they do their advertising stuff, and then that's what you need, isn't it? Right, I'm going to head off. If you haven't, yes, give this a like. Click that like there. Whoop. And subscribe. I've gone over 900. I'm nearly at that 1,000 where I get to do cool stuff then. That's the goal. So go to that. Check out we got the Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube is here. Facebook group, Baggy's Cave. There's still some of you that aren't in there, and it's fun. It's like this, but all the time. So just put Baggy's Cave into Facebook search, and it will come up. And that's our little hangout online. And there'll be some more stuff coming out this week, as I will be doing some more look inside videos showing off those new things as well, just to show you the scale of them all. And just a little bit more detail on those frogs. The frogs are so cute. Righty ho, and I'll probably get a newsletter written up maybe today as well. It's Sunday though, because you know when I say I'll do this today, and then I never do. But maybe I will. Who knows? Right. Goodbye. How do I go? There we are. Goodbye. Thanks for coming along. See you next week.